What is going on, you guys? This weekend is UFC 311. Finally, the first pay-per-view of 2025. Super excited about it. Of course, there are early prelims, and the main card. For fight nights and stuff, I usually just do the main card based on my time crunch, because I still have to upload this video and stuff like that. But for pay-per-views, I'm going to do the prelim and the main, so I'm going to skip the early prelims. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it, man. There's a lot of canceled fights on here. Zachary Reese and Cedric Dumas. That was going to be a super good fight, actually. And then Johnny Walker and Bogdan Guskov. That one fell through as well. So here we're going to start off with Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. I'm pretty sure Grant Dawson's the favorite in this. Obviously, he's more wrestling based. Diego Ferreira, he's got pretty good takedown defense. He is older, but I don't know. It's so weird to think that this dude's 40. Like, he just seems like he's 30. I don't know. Nasty knockout power on Diego Ferreira's side. I'm going with Diego Ferreira easily. Grant Dawson, I could see him taking Diego to a decision, wrestling him, but I feel like Grant Dawson's chin mixed with Diego Ferreira's power, I feel like he could sleep Grant Dawson, because we've seen it before by Bobby Green, and Diego Ferreira hits probably twice as hard as Bobby Green. So yeah, I'm going with Diego Ferreira by knockouts. Next fight, we have Bogdan Guskov. He got a replacement for Johnny Walker. Billy Ella Kana. Didn't do any research on this guy. I'm going to go with Bogdan Guskov by KO. Dude's just super composed, and he has knockout power. So what else do you want me to say about that? Next fight, Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. I'm going with Jailton Almeida by TKO, but I could see a decision as well. Sergey is okay, but I mean, he's still one of the blobs. He's too slow. He has terrible footwork, and also I feel like he always looks worried in there, like, especially if he's feeling power. Like, anyone's gonna be worried when they're feeling power, but like, he always looks sad. Like, he doesn't want to be there. So I don't know, man. Jailton Almeida's hungry. He's 21-3. Yeah, he's gonna be stronger. He's gonna be faster, and he's more well-rounded. So I'm going with Jailton Almeida. I'll say by decision, because Sergey might be hard to get out of there, but I could see a TKO. Next fight, main fight on the prelims, Peyton Talbot versus Hayani Barcelos. Peyton Talbot by knockout. I don't know, Hayani Barcelos, he's good, he's a vet, but it's Peyton's time, to be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, Peyton Talbot by knockout. That's pretty straightforward. Here we go to the main card. First fight on the main card, Kevin Holland versus Rainer D. Ritter. I love Kevin Holland. He's cool. He can be funny. He's kind of cheesy. He's tall. He's long. He's got knockout power. But I do think Rainer D. Ritter, I kind of see him as like a Dracus Duplessis. You know what I mean? Like, he's like a grinder. He's a little bit sloppy. He's a grinder, though. He submitted Joe Mearshart, like, in his UFC debut. Like, come on. Kevin Holland doesn't do too well against wrestlers, so unless Kevin somehow knocks him out, which can happen, I think Rainer D. Ritter, I think he's going to be like 205, maybe 210 pounds in this fight. And Kevin Holland is lucky to be 190, 195. So he's going to be outweighed by 10 to 20 pounds, is my guess. And he's strong. He submits people. He's got 12 submissions. He's never been submitted. He's been knocked out a couple times. I did see on the on his Sherdog or whatever that Rainer de Ritter, my bad, I just had a brain fart. Rainer de Ritter, he was knocked out, I think, twice in a row. In the last promotion he was in, he won the title, I think, by submission or something like that, and then he got knocked out twice, and then he went to another organization. I don't know. But he had 2 knockouts recently, so I can see Kevin knocking him out, but I do think that he's going to submit Kevin. So, yeah, Rainer de Ritter by submission. Next fight, Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Just like Renato said, it's money time. Yeah, basically, Beneil Dariush, too slow, not the best footwork in the world. I could say the same thing about Renato. He's not like super quick or anything, not super powerful, but he is more of a grinder. He's more hungry. He has a better submission game than Beneil Dariush. And he is, I don't know, man. It's actually, it might be a closer fight than people think, but I do think Renato Moicano is going to edge it out. I think he's going to dog it out for sure. I don't know. I just feel like Beneil Dariush, all of Renato's wins, I don't think Beneil Dariush beats Jalen Turner. I don't think he beats Drew Dober at this point in his career. So you just kind of have to look at it like that if the fight is super close. Look at their most recent opponents, see how they would do. And if there's a pattern, I just go with it. So Renato Moicano, I'm going to say by decision, but he could wear out Beneil Dariush and submit him or TKO just like he did to Jalen Turner. But I'm going to say Renato Moicano by decision. Next fight, Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. This fight I'm super excited about. It's actually insane. Yuri has more than double the professional fights that Jamal Hill does. Actually insane. This one I'm on the fence about for obvious reasons. It's like Yuri's coming in with a good mindset. He's been knocked out recently, so has Jamal Hill. Yuri's was more straightforward. Jamal Hill's was more of like a controversy. I don't know, man. I feel like you can't just say like Yuri's chin is gone because Alex Pereira is one of the hardest hitters in the UFC, not just the light heavyweight division, but in the UFC. He hits harder than a lot of heavyweights. It's just Jamal Hill, he's got a point to prove, and an angry, hungry man is a very dangerous man. And Jamal Hill hits hard. So you put all those things together, I do think Jamal Hill is going to TKO Yuri. I can see him getting Yuri to the ground. Like maybe he drops him with a punch, and I can see him getting on top of Yuri and just letting out all of his anger. And I don't know, because we've seen Yuri on his back before with Glover, and imagine if that was Jamal. I don't know. I'm going with Jamal by TKO. I think he's super hungry. He's got a point to prove, and he's from Michigan, so I'm from Michigan. Going with the bro. But I love Yuri, man. I love him. I love his style, his swagger, his autism, his fighting style. He's crazy. He could pull it off too. He's a dog. He's tough. He does have a super durable chin. I just think Jamal Hill is going to be hungrier. I don't know. But it's hard to say because so is Yuri. Yuri is super hungry. I just think Jamal is going to be more composed. That's what it comes down to. He was going to be less wild. He was going to pick their shots more and be smarter with where they land and their defense. I think that's going to be Jamal Hill. So Jamal Hill by TKO. Co-main event, we have a title fight. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm going with Umar Nurmagomedov. Merab is very good, but he does fail a lot of takedowns. He gets rocked a ton. Umar is very good at takedowns as well. The timing, all of that. I think Umar, because he is better at the striking, I do think the striking is going to mess with Merab just because he has the wrestling as well and the submission game as well. That's the difference between Umar and Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has the striking, but he doesn't have the wrestling offense and defense. Umar has the wrestling offense and defense as well as the striking. His striking is getting better. So I'm going to go with Umar by decision. I can see a 29-28 or a 30-27, to be honest. Or it's a co-main event. That's 5 rounds. 50-45. Yeah, 50-45. I'm gonna say, which is insane, but I don't know. I feel like Merab's gonna get exposed. To be completely honest with you, I feel like Merab's gonna get exposed. We know he's on the sauce. That's the reason I was just watching Embedded, and they were watching his fight against O'Malley. I think it was like the 4th or 5th round, and he was bouncing up and down, and he wasn't even breathing. He was like, and they're like, I think it was Joe. He was like, he's not even breathing hard. He's not even breathing. Yes, dude. Look at his physique. Look, that's not just from eating chicken, strawberries, rice, and vegetables. Like, that's, come on. Come on, man. Come on, he's on the sauce. But Umar might be as well. I don't know. You can't just rely on cardio and take down offense for Merab. I'm not going to say his striking is obsolete, but Umar is better at striking and better at wrestling. I'm just going to go with Umar by decision. Main event, Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Obviously, they fought in 2019. Arman did very well, didn't get submitted, didn't get knocked out, took Islam down many times. Geez, man. I'm going with Islam Makhachev. He's had more impressive wins over more impressive people. Sure, one was a featherweight, but that featherweight was the best featherweight in the whole entire world. So it's not like he was just fighting he wasn't fighting like, you know, Yair Rodriguez. You know what I mean? Like, he was fighting Alexander Volkanovski. I'm going with Islam Makhachev. I'm going to say I'll say by decision again. He could submit him because Charles was very close to submitting Arman in the first round with the guillotine. Now imagine all of Islam's striking improvements in the last 5 years. He knocked out Volk, submitted Dustin. I can see him hurting him on the feet and submitting him just like Charles, just like he did to Charles. But if he doesn't, it's going to go to a decision. Islam Makhachev by decision. So yeah, that's it. I'm super excited for this card. I'm hoping to get some subscribers soon. If you guys could leave a thumbs up and stuff. I won't ask all the time, but I want to get some subs so I can do like fight companions and stuff like that and talk with you guys. So yeah, let me know your picks down below, and I'll see you guys at the fights.